Greetings and felicitations.
Okay, here comes the first round.
Boom.
And
Jeez, that was just
boom.
unnecessary.
You kidding me? He can't be out of range? What? Greetings and felicitations, YouTube. You're all of the Appian Way here. This replay is sent to me by Johnny Rico, playing as Hippolytus Amazons against Synthenoid, playing as Phthia. As soon as I saw who the factions were, I was like, I'm going to like this replay, aren't I? Now I'm going to go ahead and give you these army compositions. For Hippolyta, we have an Amazon Champion Chariot, no XP chevrons. Toxoanasis, this unit costs 1250, by the way, no XP. A pair of horsewomen who are off getting ready to support the flanks. 4 black spears, each one with 1 XP chevron. A Warlord Mentor hero on a melee chariot. A pair of Andromachoi with 1 XP chevrons, and a pair of Aristomachoi, the max number of Aristomachoi you can bring. The Phthyan army is a bit eclectic, but I actually really like the build. No complaints for me, anyway. Savage Centaur Warriors, a pair of them. 2 Aeginian Javelin Men, 1 on each flank, with the Savage Centaur Warriors. I think that's a good position for them. A Reinforced Chariot. 2 Renowned Armored Slingers, who've already started opening fire on chariots. We've got 1, 2, 3 Phthyan Spears with 1 XP chevron. Not Renowned Phthyan, just regular Phthyan. We have 2 Champions of Phthia, 1 over here, 1 over there. And we have a Spearfighting Myrmidon, as well as, with the extra funds left over, a Renowned Club Warrior. So, this is going to be a lengthy skirmish phase. So the opening charge happens over here from this horsewoman. It's going to, it's going to take a little bit of damage from the Champions of Phthia, get a good hit into the Renowned Armored Slingers, but they're medium in mass, so that horsewoman's going to have to pull out of there really quickly. Over here, it looks like the Toxoanasis were going to be eliminated right away, but they have that very, very tasty Strider ability, and they're going to use it to move through these scrubs unhindered, while the Savage Centaur Warriors get slowed down, the Reinforced Chariots get slowed down a lot. The Round Club Warriors are just forced to give chase, and it affords the Amazon player, Johnny Rico, all of the opportunities here to just harass these units. It's already dealt, using just the arrows, mind you, of the Toxoanasis, he's already dealt a fair bit of damage to the Reinforced Chariots, but, I wouldn't say it would ever be considered enough to, alone, to make the Toxoanasis worth it, because keep in mind, we've already gone through about a quarter of their ammo, and the damage that they've done is, maybe about a quarter of each one of these units. Alright, now then, the horsewomen have fallen back, the Amazon champions are over this way. The Phthyan player here, Synthenoid, is going to go ahead and start regrouping his forces, getting them all together to face off against the rather inferior Amazonian infantry. As you can see, the Renowned Armored Slingers, they did take a pretty hefty amount of damage from that charge, but it wasn't without cost. The horsewomen, I think that, honestly, that's about an even trade. The 2 units are very similarly cost units. Out here, we do have the Toxoanasis are continuing to harass a lot of these infantry units over here, the Javelin Men, the Renowned Club Warriors. The Renowned Armored Slingers are going to try and force them back, and the Toxoanasis have taken a lot of damage just from a little couple of volleys from maybe the Javelin Men, but definitely from the Renowned Armored Slingers. And this is going to go on for a while. There's going to be a lot of these charge in, charge out, move in, move out, get in close, release some volleys, threaten with the horsewomen, then fall back, forcing the Spearfighting Myrmidons to push the horsewomen away. It's a lot of ebb and flow. It's a lot of crashing waves. The Amazon cavalry get close, then they fall back. They get close again, they fall back again. Every bit of the way, they try dealing just as much damage as they can with these kind of hit-and-run tactics. And this is very much in the manner of which you were hoping to see Amazon be played. Here we go. Here comes another charge. The Renowned Armored Slingers left their flanks exposed. Then we get a fresh horsewoman to hit them in the rear, with the Toxoanasis giving supporting fire. That's going to almost break the Renowned Armored Slingers before he's forced to bring his infantry back to push them away. Yeah, each one of these charges is getting a lot of value. And not only that, what Synthenoid is being forced to do here is he's being forced to split up his forces. He was trying to regroup them over here, but there is now... He's too afraid to just leave his slingers out here alone, and he leaves several units out here to protect them, because he needs to protect them if he wants to use their ammo from all of these various angles of attack that the cavalry of the Amazon can use. In the meantime, you might notice the chariots have moved back over to support the main infantry as the Thine forces get closer and closer and closer. So we're back in it again. The slingers over here are trying to use their ammo to disrupt and kill as many horsewomen and Toxoanassus as possible. Here come the Toxoanassus getting in behind these Savage Centaur warriors and dealing some casualties to them. Oh, and because the Phthian player is focusing on trying to kill some of the infantry with his fresh slinger, he actually gets recharged here. He does see it, but a little bit too late. Here comes the supporting forces to try and cause as many damage to the horsewomen as they can. And yes, they do take a lot of damage. Toxoanassus are still back here, still firing arrows. They're almost out of ammo. They have 2 volleys left. And when you consider that they have 2 volleys left, and you consider that they're still, very fresh spear-fighting Myrmidon, champion of Phthia in the vicinity, he has to be very, very careful about how he spends that ammo. It looks like he's going to go ahead and spend it. The last few shots on the champions of Phthia with the renowned armored slingers grouped up here. Meanwhile, in the main line, the renowned armored slingers are moving up to try and put some damage out against some of these swordswomen. I think a better target would probably be the Black Spears since they are unshielded, but I don't think he can even see... Oh, he can see one of them, and he actually is repositioning now to fight it. And I think, yeah, wow. Really well done by Johnny Rico to see that the attack was coming and to go ahead and fall back with him. I think if he puts them into spread and charge, spreads out that unit, they'll actually take less damage from the skirmisher fire. Because of just the fact that they're not all clumped up together and they're less easy to hit his targets. Now, because of the constant threat of the cavalry here, and because he wants to use his slingers to defeat this cavalry, he's left a lot of valuable units over here. The spear-fighting Myrmidons, champions of Phthia, the Savage Centaur warriors are all left over here, whereas this is his main fight engagement, and because the slingers move too far forward to try and shoot these Black Spears, the Amazon champions are going to charge on in, get a huge hit on these renowned armored slingers. The Phthian player is going to go ahead and activate his Phthian spears to try and get down here with their heavy mass to stop the champions. But the Amazon player is going to use this opportunity to activate the rest of his attack. He's already got his cavalry just circumventing the anti-cavalry force off in the distance. And really, it's just a very well-timed attack. He activated as many of his elements at one time as he could. He pulled the Amazon champions down the battle line, causing even more casualties. Toxoanassus are going to run over the routing renowned armored slingers. Now they're going to try and get into the Aged Indian javelin. Oh no, here comes another horseman woman to do just that. Black Spears grab the Phthian Spears. Phthian Spears, since they're not the renowned variants, they're not going to last as long. This is also a beautiful play from J.K. Rico. Using this ability right here, this is called Truce. Does -3 melee defense, plus 30 melee defense, plus -50 melee attack for everybody. Friend and foe alike. Now, why that's a good thing. Chariots don't do damage through their melee attack. They do their damage through movement. So all he's done is he sapped 50 melee attack off of anything out here that could hurt them, and is just running them over and dealing all sorts of unimpeded damage with the Amazon champions. And as you can see, there's just the routing units all over the place and swarmed units. These troops here just got mobbed, absolutely mobbed, by all sorts of Amazon women. It's such chaos here. Like, you can't even pick out a single unit out of all of this, except for maybe the hero. Yes, I can, she says. Okay, that's fine. I understand, lady. This Aeginian Javelinman has been forced to come down off of its position on the hill. We do have a defeated Black Spear over here from the anti-cavalry force that was off in the distance, but you can see they're pretty much inconsequential to the rest of the fight. The reinforced chariots only managed 12 kills. They got absolutely smashed between Arista McCoy, chariots, and cavalry. Savage Centaur warriors are now routing. Black Spears have just filled the battlefield with their spread out formation, and as well the bodies of the dead. So many dead. Here goes the renowned club warriors defeated. This spear-fighting Myrmidon is a favorable engagement against this Black Spear, but the problem is that Johnny Rico is able to pick every single battle here at this stage. Man, look at this. For instance, his Champion of Thaya. Yeah, this is a good opportunity to go ahead and hit the Champions of Thaya. He hits it with a Toxoanasis. That's not a melee unit. I know it has 160 sword damage, but they are very squishy with their 14 armor. But there wasn't a reason not to, and he pulls out just in time for the Amazon Champions to roll on in. They're being pursued by Savage Centaur Warriors who are being pursued by Black Spears. It's chaos. It's sheer chaos. The hero's going to try and do something about the Aristomachoi, but now the Amazons smell blood in the water over here, so they're going to head and attack this. An Andromachoi and an Aristomachoi grab this Champion of Thaya, and then he recharges it with these Black Spears. With all of the units that are left, the Champions of Thaya in particular, the spear-fighting Myrmidons, not even the spear-fighting Myrmidons, I can't call them left over, the Aristomachoi can handle them all. And that is rare, when you can say, as an Amazonian player, hey, my infantry can handle what's left of your forces. But there was a distinct lack of heavy elite spearmen. If
victory is close
if
enough
Synthenoid had spent a little bit less on, say, those renowned club warriors and brought instead a pair of renowned Phthyan spears instead of these regular Phthyan spears, he might have stood a little bit better of a chance here. As it is, though, it's just he got picked apart by this really, really, really mobile Amazonian army, and I'm just really impressed by the display overall. Now it looks like the Andromachoi and Aristomachoi might be in trouble over here, but note how hurt all of these forces are that are still stuck in it. Yes, they are unbreakable, but also note how in the distance there comes yet more Amazons to bail them out. So yeah, the Andromachoi did get routed. The Aristomachoi, though they're losing right now, they'll manage just fine, especially with the other Aristomachoi on approach, the Chariots on approach, the Horsewomen on approach. Oh, the Chariots take a huge hit from the hero. So I do believe that Chariot's going to rout, but as you can see, the rest of the Phthyan forces are shattered or very close to shattered. There's an Aeginian Javelinman still in position over here. But yeah, here goes what's left of those spear-fighting Myrmidons. And those Champions of Thaya. It all boils down to this little moment here, and here comes yet... Oh, these are the Toxoanasis just rode on in to try and help clean up what's left of the... What's left of Thaya. Wow. What a fight. What a fight that was. Let's look at some of these statistics here. Johnny Rico deploying an inferior force of 1,000, and Synthenoid bringing 1,200. So the original advantage was with Synthenoid. I think the Renowned Club Warriors, I think if he hadn't brought them, and if he hadn't have brought these two Aeginian Javelinmen, because I mean they didn't really catch much value either, I think he could have been able to afford some Renowned Phthyan Spears instead of the regular Phthyan Spears, and I think his army probably would have stood up a lot better than it did. Got really unfortunate results with his Chariots. They just got really caught out by the mass of the cavalry and the heavy infantry. Speaking of heavy infantry, 95 kills and 68 kills, both of these units picking up an XP chevron. This Black Spear picked up XP with 136. Here's a triple-digit kill Black Spear over here. 102 kills with this Horsewoman, 39 with this one. 215 kills with the Amazon Champion Chariots. 3 XP earned in the battle. Picking up 3 XP in a battle of only 12 minutes is very, very impressive. Johnny Rico, I salute you. Very well done. 57 kills with this Toxoanasis. They did earn 1 XP. And it's funny, because you pay 1,250 funds for a Toxoanasis. And yes, you have that mobility. You'll be able to use the Strider ability too. You harass the enemy, you harangue them, you earn the XP. You still have only made 57 kills. This Amazon Champion costs about 150 funds less. Why don't you just bring 2 Amazon Champions? The two things that the targets that these 2 units are going after are the same units. Mostly just infantry. Granted, the Toxoanasis has that mobility, yes, but maybe a second Amazon Champion instead. That's just my thought. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I also strongly urge you to subscribe to my channel, okay? Thank you. Ta-ta, I love you all. See you in the next one.